Hi everyone, it's Jerry. I am on leechess.org, hopping into an hourly SuperBlitz Arena. So 3-minute chess, 57-minute tournament. Little room for error if you're going to win these events. That's been my experience so far. Can't really afford more than one loss. Kind of cutting it close with a single loss in these 57-minute events. Okay, so it's tense right out of the gate. I don't want to commit just yet. I'll go now, and then go for b4. That was the plan. I think normally the bishop might go to b6 to still look forward to this advance, but he may be subjected to a c5 push. I'll go here. Still going to hold off on deploying my bishop for the moment. Maybe now's a good time to pull the trigger on the capture. I have a new option on b5. See how they recapture for starters. Okay, so no isolated queen pawn. I think I like this idea. I am generating a threat. And instead of castles, I think I'm going to go here. This is protected, otherwise there could be some tricks. Okay. So, I guess maybe knight to e4. I'm sort of drawn to this knight e4 move. It's a little scary. So I'm restricted with my queen and my knight is hanging. Hopefully I'm not missing some trick, some sacrifice here. I have this covered. Okay. Maybe I have to withdraw my knight. Okay, but maybe we insert this first. Because if queen takes, I have knight d6. So if they pull the bishop off, then there's no trick here. Yeah, there's some inconvenience there. So maybe, I guess knight d6. So we're going to have just a minor piece in bounds, I'm expecting. The check. Oh, really? Well, I don't have any choice there. That was clever. Did not see that one coming. Huh. Wow. All right. Sneaky. I guess I have to take the bishop. Wow. Underdeveloped. Wow. Okay, so I don't have any choice. Opponent keeps forcing my hand. Okay, I guess we're gonna try to get to this back rank. My pawns can easily fall, doubled and isolated. Insert the check. And go after a pawn. Maybe knight c6. Okay, so I'm defending here and cutting the rook off. If they go here, I could take. Rook takes, push, and I'm going to be able to promote. And they missed that one. So minor piece in bounds coming up. Down on the clock. Oh no, they have knight here, but I have rook here. Okay, I think this is making the conversion easier. Because now my pawn lives. And I guess we just improved my king. Yeah, that should be the winning way. Scoop up this pawn on the way. I don't even know if I have to sidestep a skewer. King c4, rook c2. I'll say that's okay. I get the queen and I am up a rook. I'd be up I'm already up a pawn, I should be saying. Yeah, nothing exciting is going to happen here. Get this guy. It should be mate soon. Queen here, rook here. Should do the trick. Okay. Multiple moves there. Caught me off guard. Well calculated with that queen c3 move. Bishop on b5 in the end hanging. Okay. First one in the books. Okay. I'll go with this again. Been playing this c3 against the English for a bit. All right. Slow development. A tame start, I should say. Okay, so quick strike here. Queen d7. I could play knight a5. I feel like I'm in time to get these moves in. So I'll go for that. Be different if white was a little quicker to get this knight in here. So I have to be concerned about a bishop b5 following up. Hopefully that's not going to hurt me. Also in time to stop this coordination. Rook c8. I'm prepared to knock out the knight if it goes to f3. Yeah, I think it's important I do this. Knight here is going to be way too much. And bishop, am I okay with the dark square bishop exchange? I'm going to say for now, no. I want to watch out for this maneuver into c5. I guess they're going queenside. All right, bishop h6. I have this, or knight here. Let's get this rook here. So now there's this new option to defend against g7. A bit risky, this idea, keeping the king in the center, but I'm not quite sure how to get at the king. Knight b4 can be a move. I can also consider g6. Yeah, I think I'm cool with g6. Yeah, let's go with g6. h4, h5 maybe nearby. Trying to stir up some trouble in the center. If I could get this break in, I think I'd like that. So maybe we shoot for this. e5. Knight recaptures bishop b5. Let's see. Let's go for this one. I'm going with what the general rule says here. King's still in the center. It's uncastled, so let's try and get at him. May have to give up this pawn. I'd like to get this one in, so I could take the light square bishop, but also there's this double attacker. Queen h3 looks pretty appealing. Let's go for this one. Here and here. So, oh, really? They resigned. I guess it's going to be tough to defend, but I don't know. I was looking at maybe, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it is too much, but I was still looking. I was expecting my opponent to play out at least a couple more moves. All right. Just over 200 in there. All right. Arrow navigation. Let's go with the Sicilian in this one. And d6. See what we get. Knight-Orf. Bishop e3, okay. Where's that knight going? b3. Alrighty. Begin with bishop e6. Stops any bishop c4. And I'm going to try this h5 move. Put a halt to the quick g4. Put this guy right here for right now. No other option. Going kingside. That's different. Okay. I'm going to keep these guys connected. I want to take some care over d5. Paving the way for rook c8. Yeah, let's go rook c8. I don't know if I want to castle. I don't think it's necessary straight away. Do I want to play with b5? I'll go with queen here first. b5, I think I run into this a4, and the structure starts to collapse. Can I play with d5 right now? Going to be some tricks. Maybe this one. Let's try this. A knight into the c4 square can be disruptive. Okay, so they're prepared to take out my knight as soon as he goes to c4. Let's still go there. Bishop here and knight here can be controlling a lot of squares. My queen might be short on squares shortly. I have 3 on the d5 advance. I'm supporting it 3 times. So knight a5, queen here, bishop b6. Okay, going in this way. I feel like I want to play king f8. Instead of castles. Yeah, let's go king f8. Castling bishop h6 like in the game just a bit ago. Oh, right. They're ready to work on this square. Okay, let's go for this. I'm changing my mind. Now that there's no light square bishop there. Okay. How do I make forward progress? I'm not sure. Maybe I still play with... Yeah, I don't know. Way down on the clock. Okay, let's go with this one. Maybe I'm threatening to take the knight. Bishop c4 can maybe be a move. I don't know. Tough to say. Bishop, pawn. I'll go with the bishop. So I'm expecting knight in here. Fortunately, this is not such a great piece. They have this big square. Oh my goodness, I almost blundered my queen. Yeah. Okay, let's go here. My structure is going to be pretty messed up. So I have this one, an important in-betweener. I think. Okay, so there's queen f2. Maybe down a pawn. Maybe I get c2. Gotta regain. They get this, I get that. No, I don't even get this one. All right. Not looking good. I think I have to try to hold this position being down a pawn, 2 pawns. They're not going after this straight away. Trouble City. We take a pawn. Yeah, rook I should have played back. 8 seconds. That's surprising. No time though. Ugh. Had to guess. Too little time. Oh, where did I exhaust all my time in that one? What am I regretting in that game? My initial thought after that loss is my knight drifting into c4. They got rid of their light square. They took out my knight, and I had one less minor piece around to secure my d5 square. Maybe my thought about b5 and what kept me from the b5, the a4 strike. Maybe I should still be going with b5 there and forcing that knight to jump into d5 earlier. Okay. I thought I was liking my position there. It's a bit unusual to see queenside or kingside castles. Normally it's queenside. Like that'll be the consistent follow-up when you play f3, preparing g4, but that didn't happen. Okay, I'm getting some useful tempos in here against their queen. a5, bishop e3, now they're in a pin. Looking at knight c4 now. Okay. To take or jump here. I think I like the idea of taking and then not welcoming a knight exchange. I'm going to go here. This is the weakest square, c6. So let's go here. Watching over c4 with this move as well. This is something that white could have played in the previous game against me when I was angling for this square. All right, so knight c6. Let me go here. This could have maybe been a disrupting move. All right, so that's covered. Let's go here. This is a little more sensitive now. Maybe I take here. I'm really looking more so towards rook e to c1 though. All right. That should be winning at least the exchange for me. Maybe I'm winning the full rook. Okay, because I could take here and then play knight b6, discovered attack against the queen. I think their best chance is to get the two minor pieces for the queen now. Pretty sure. Playing queen to b4. It's the only safe square if you want to play with the queen. So now I'm getting a full rook. Is there something better? I don't think so. The idea to take here. Okay. But I could rescue my knight now. Take here. They get a couple pawns. But that can't be enough. All right. How do we do this? A rook versus two pawns in bounds. Queen takes here. I'm just looking for a simple way to coordinate. I'm going to begin with this one because this is a great square for my bishop. Let's neutralize that diagonal. Bishop on c3 and we'll go from there. That's the plan. Check. I'll go here, I guess. Queen f4 if king h2. So we'll go here. This pawn is pinned. I don't want to look to extend the scope of this bishop, though. Take twice for mate. So rook takes here. There's bishop b5. But I could take with the queen. Nothing fancy going on with sacrifices on f3. I just want a queen exchange now. Bishop there. Offer a queen exchange. 52 apiece. And I'm just going to have the queen stick around on g3. Okay. Let's start with this one. They've opened up this diagonal. Yeah, they missed that I'm on this one. All right, so that fancy knight move to the edge there wasn't quite working out for them. I was gifted too many tempi, I believe, on the queen side, and that eventually translated into something material, space, first space, then material. All right, so fianchettoing. I think that's a little unusual. I guess we'll go here. This knight's going to want to move at some point, so let me watch over this e5 square. I think that's a nice jumping point. I guess we'll begin by getting to the open file. I'll probably want to have my pawn on c6. Or, actually, why c6? They're not, I could play with c4. Let's go with c4. Or, excuse me, c5. c5, knight c6. Yeah. Okay, so my plan here is to replenish the knight. It's going to be my key defender of this d5 point. I'm not going to bring the queen out. The knight is definitely the one that belongs there. I need to move the knight for my queen side to be free. Where does my queen belong? This seems natural. Bishop, I'm not sure. Bishop g4, h3 is probably useful. Maybe I go more conservative. Bishop on d7. I have this long-term asset. Yeah, let's start with this one. I really gain, yeah, no, I don't think I'm really gaining a whole lot. So, I guess we're soon going to have all rooks off here. I'm going to have to try and put these guys to work. Just a controlling move, b6, control the knight. Looking at the f5 square, I guess. I'm not sure what that knight is up to. I'm just getting off of that diagonal, yeah, in case they try that one. That was my plan. So they've weakened some dark squares. This square right here. Aren't they kind of asking for trouble? I'm going to go here. The idea being that if they eventually capture on this square, in the end they're going to have this pawn which is a bit weak. Yeah, this knight is definitely on a good square, but currently under control because of this guy. No fancy sacrifices, so things should be cool on the king side. Maybe I should have. Yeah, let's insert this one first, and then this. In the end, I was going to say it's unprotected on this square. It's not quite. My knight's defending. My knight's also stopping any rook to e8 follow-up. A rook on this square would be putting some pressure on the knight. So in the end, I'm really looking at this d3 pawn now that they've pulled the trigger on d5. It may have been better for white to maintain the tension. So I could take and follow up with some check with my queen. I guess I'll initiate the capture. And let's begin with this one. I don't want to insert the check just yet. I'm going to keep that option open and maybe work on a pin here. Okay, that one's not quite working. Oh, maybe I do have a trick up my sleeve. C4, knight takes, then the check, I could take the knight. I'm going to go for that one. Yeah, so they ran into this. I have two different checks. I guess we'll go with this one. And queen takes knight is the follow-up. 38 seconds, though. Fancy sequence. Look at the f2 square next. Let's go bishop here. Yeah, that one. Let's give the check. If they're going to recapture, let them recapture and be a bit backward there. Okay, maybe knight g4 was a move, but I just want to get my king centralized at this stage. A pawn for the bishop is the imbalance. I don't want to see the knight get here. 22 seconds. Let's stop any knight f4, and maybe knight at b5, and then put my knight on one of these two. Yeah, time to maneuver. Let's flick in this check. No, let's go here. I could enter with my king. Well, I thought. Maybe not. It's getting to this square. A little annoying. Not the cleanest approach here. Making life difficult. Okay, we finally get the knight off. That's helpful. All right, they're down on time in the end. Got 8. Fishing for my first 4. There's only 29 minutes left. First place 21. This guy has been going 100% berserk. All right. See who we get. What would a 4 put me at? Maybe I jump up to page 1 with a 4. Okay, let's mix it up. No Sicilian this time. French defense. Looking for something simple with this line. The bad bishops. Good bishops, bad bishops. This is a poor line that I'm going into. Bishop e3. Now, bishop e3, king a6, I would need to play. Okay, let's go here. I went back home because I want to be able to make use of this square with the knight. Might be going home with the queen soon. I don't want to see this pawn race down to a6. That would create a big gap on b5. Could see a knight get in there. I think I want to start with this one. Be careful. Queen has pressure on these 2 points. Okay, that's a committal move. I have to underdevelop yet again. But long term, maybe this is a problem. Remains to be seen. All right, I need to get castled. My knight is lacking squares. If they play h4, I think I have to play h5. I can't have my knight constantly harassed. And then maybe in the end he gets here. This is sharp play. Very direct play by my opponent. I almost feel like I need to give up a pawn. What's the best way to do that? I'm going to... I feel like allowing this knight to get to c4 is going to really hurt me. So I'm pitching a pawn to hopefully buy myself time to complete development. So knight or queen takes, bishop c5, maybe a knight on c5. maybe, okay, so they seeing that idea and they say not having any of it. All right, so I'm up a pawn. They have a square. Let's go back home. A lot of back home moves. Bishop here. Maybe I should have gone to c7. If pawn takes pawn, I think I want to take with the rook, so I have c6 for my knight. Let's get castled before I get killed. Knight there. Okay, let's go here. They're angling for d6. No light square bishop. The queen looks pretty good here. I don't see her getting chased away on the next move, at least. And the knight, not long off. Oh, wait, I have some trick here. I could play queen g2 right now. Like, coming up. Queen g2, and then... Okay, now the queen's defended. Forget about that, but... Or maybe I shouldn't forget about that. Let me... Oh, no. Knight b6 was a threat. My bishop was guarding these two knight jumps. Still up a pawn. A bit down on the clock. Queen right here would be threatening mate, but then I'd flick in h6. If I play h6 early, maybe there's knight takes pawn. Knight takes here, I have this. And this is still secure, but these points are certainly sensitive. I'm on this a bunch. I'm on this 3 times now. Do I go here first? I think I want to kick this knight away. Okay, so now we take... I guess we take... No, let's go here. Take here first, 38 seconds. So now it's tricky. In the end, queen takes pawn, I have knight f3. Yeah. That's square. In the end, I liked what they were doing though on the queen side. And they resigned. Yeah, that's a good line what they did. I think following up with bishop e3 instead of capturing my light square bishop. Bishop e3, I have to play queen a6, as otherwise queen c6, there's knight d4, and I'm losing. So, yeah, keeping the tension for another move at least, I think would have been a wise choice. Let's go with the King's Indian attack system in reply to the Caro. Okay, an early Pinaroni. All right, let's. I'm not going to go with the Fianchetto now that this bishop has made that early decision. Wow. All right, so I'm okay with an ending. Do I want to take with the bishop? Let's go with the bishop. Keep some pressure here. Yeah. All right, c3. Queen c2. In the end, maybe I end up Fianchettoing. g3, bishop g2. Okay, now let's try something where we try and make this pawn flinch, I guess. Let's see if it flinches. I'm on it 3 times now. Maybe a bit awkward to defend. Okay, am I not winning out with this pawn here? I have 3 on it. Let's go for it. Bishop in the end is hanging on d4. Any knight move strikes at it. But I'm on this. I could play bishop here or bishop here. Which one's best? I need to defend this. Or I could play this one, but I don't know if I want to weaken the dark squares. Actually, I will weaken the dark squares and say that I like my bishop too much on this square. Opposite the king, it's a home. I have this. I have to watch out for this trick. I am possibly in a pin. Right now, queen takes bishop is a threat. So let's get out of that by maybe grabbing a pawn. Yeah, I guess I'll be a little greedy here. Let's grab a pawn. Knight d4 I could work around for a move. go back home with the queen and then challenge it with bishop e3. All right, I guess we're going to have this. Bishop is soon going to return to d5, I guess. Yeah, d5. f7 is sensitive. Watch out for the knight moves that are forward, mostly. So we could end up in an opposite color bishop position, but I am up 2 pawns. Okay, let's babysit right here first. This one is too scary. Some kind of tricks against my a1 rook, so also to play this and weaken this diagonal, the c3 square, it's a little concerning. So now we go here, challenge black's best piece. Bishop b4, I guess here, that's my only safe square. I do not want this exchange to happen, and this knight is, there's compensation for being down a couple pawns. So now, take the knight, queen f3. That looks like a pretty simple and effective approach. Bishop recaptures and stops the entry point on e2. Queen can't go too far, she has a responsibility. I'm on that f7 square. This is something that must be tended to. This rook leaves. I'd like to be able to expand with a3, b4, get my majority rolling on the queen side. I don't see that happening just yet. I guess we get the flight square in. A light square, flight square. Let's get that one in. I don't want to see any disruptor. Pawn on h4. And I'll step up. This is useful. They're going to stack the rooks. They may be trying to get rid of all rooks. Let's begin with this one. Maybe hinting at that. Yeah. Let's go here. Maybe I need to get one rook off in order to make life a little easier. Let's go like this. Let's go with this one. Rook b3. It's annoying. Maybe bishop d5 I should have played. Let's get this in now. My king needs to do something else. I don't want to weaken this pawn. Okay. b4? I got b4 in. The wheels are in motion now. Pawns are rolling, 2 connectors. Ideally, I want them going on dark squares along the way. Let's put this guy right here. Watch the clock. Let's get rolling. Ready to push. Yeah, this guy can't be stopped now. Get to take with check. Watch out for stalemates. Let's not take that pawn. Let's take this one. Guard that. And then return, maybe we could... yeah, no stalemates. They have the king here. Let's hang on to every pawn. Everything's coordinated. Okay, they're out of time. Okay, well, yeah, they just dropped a pawn there in the center. A little pressure on d5. I got 16. First is way off. See if we could hang on to page 1 in the end. 17 minutes remaining. Bogo-Indian land. Dark square bishop exchange. Likely. Provoked. Let's start building now on the dark squares to coordinate with my remaining bishop. If I could get an a4, I'm happy. So is this knight. I'm happy. Okay, knight on c5. This is normally the side of the board white will be looking to play on, queen side, but I have a huge grip over it. How to make forward progress. Let's begin with this. No dark square bishop to take advantage of these squares. I'm supporting knight h5, no tricks. And knight f5. Excuse me, knight f4. Bishop g4, f5. Maybe I still go with this. I think this is the way forward. Though I have this jumper. Also this one into here. Knight b3 into d4. Queen here threatens mate. And knight takes h3. This is the one I should be going with. Something much more simple. Oh, they missed that I'm on g2. Okay. The simple approach, the one that's not looking multiple moves in advance, just mate and one threats. Threat on g2 and h3. And I got 20. 15 and change, Ricky X. Let's hit d4 head on. Okay, so they're not playing with this. Gambit, no gambit. Let's stop any knight b5. And I saw this played recently. I think it was... I wonder if it was Nihal Sarin? No, I'll go with this one. The usual. Bishop out and about. Is this going to run into some problems? Alright, let's see. I guess they're going to go with this stuff. Maybe I shouldn't have been playing like this. Maybe that's why it was this. b5, bishop b7 to avoid those tempos. Those tempi against my bishop. I thought they might continually go after my bishop. h4, h5. Caveman-like. Okay, so I got my break in. And they're breaking as well. Hold my ground? Maybe give this queen a kick. Alright, let's see. It's definitely sharp in the center. Oh, I could have considered capturing here, because after this, maybe I win on g4. We'll see how it turns out. I don't mind seeing this one, so let me revisit. This capture, knight takes. Maybe we have an ending. Let me try this one. And then take here. Let's see. I have this square covered. Way down on the clock. Again. e5. I might hang on to this pawn if it's not picked up. I want the queens off. What are they considering? Maybe knight takes f6 first? I'm underdeveloped. I'm still 2 away from castling. Okay, they're taking like that. So, knight takes knight. Queen takes knight. I'll go at knight takes knight. Okay, queens are off. Knight here. Play with the knight on still. No. A little too scary. Get to the open file. I'm also in a spot to defend b7. I gotta pick up the pace. This is at least equal for white. We'll see what these next couple moves look like. Okay. Sneaky move. Alright, hopefully this one isn't gonna hurt me. That might have been something. It's not I mean, I think it's okay to put the pawns on dark here. Maybe I grab that pawn. My king is a little more active. Yeah. Let's go with this one. I don't want to see rook there. Gotta go faster. Oh, man. Have a check. Let's get out of pins. They try and double on the d file. I have a bishop f4 move. Maybe there's bishop a5 to kick my rooks from defending my bishop. This could be a problem. We'll see. Rook here, I have the check. Bishop here, I still have the check, though. Okay, I need to get out of the pin. I could have played bishop here. That would have been better. Let's still go for it. With rook here as the follow-up. How am I making progress here? Rook on this square. 14 seconds. Ten seconds. Oh, it's a one king and pawn ending. Wow. That middle game was way, way, way too tense. Okay. I might have to try b5. I was referencing Nihal Sarin playing b5. I think it was a bullet game I was watching. Might have been him or Boris Grachev. Two very solid, I think of them primarily as great positional players. All right, let's go for this bishop b5. a4 no matter what. Stop bishop g4. I don't know how great this line is, but I like it. e5 I may be close to already. How do I want to do this? e5 right now. Let's go e5 right now. Let's try this one. Okay. Support this pawn. Got these guys on good squares. Wow! What a decision. Okay. That's different. This move right here is aimed at killing what? I want to get my pawn on c4. Now let's go with this one. Meeting f5 with g5. Now if I could just... Actually, how do they get the b5 break in? Let's go here. I'm close to having a complete lockdown on this position. What if I do something weird looking? Like this. All right. Let me babysit this pawn, I guess. They're moving very fast. Continue to move fast. How do I make progress here? Just, it doesn't matter what I do, they're moving really fast. They have enough support for that. What am I doing? Oh, I gotta do this. Maybe it's okay. Wow. Rook takes pawn is there. Of course, they're seeing it. Okay. What just happened there? Oh, they didn't take my rook. They didn't have to take my rook. What am I doing? Ready to resign. Let's play on for a move. Maybe I get somewhere still. Why are they giving me that? I could take here. Doesn't matter what I do. In autopilot mode. I might not even be losing here. What's going on? Bishop f8, rook f7. Still here. Take here and then bishop there. Bishop takes. I have rook f8. A bunch of checks. Bishop here first. Crazy. Time. Wow. What a game. Let's go back here. Yep. Let's repeat. I want to be able to pre-move everything. Four seconds. Let's get this bishop from controlling any squares. Get out of the way, miners. I just want it to be the queen. Wow. Glad I didn't confirm that resignation. Space invader pawns. They had me completely beat, of course. They just needed a couple accurate moves there, being up that material. Let's go for a different structure here. And let's go for h3. Yeah, there's this check. There's rook takes bishop. There's also bishop h6, which they go in for the win of a pawn, but it really isn't such a great idea. So half open file. All right, so we're going to get some exchanges in here. So let's chop. And I guess we go bishop f4, but let's get this one in first. I want to recapture on e1 with the rook. Maybe queen b3 was really the way to do it. I don't know. All right, let's start with this one. They're underdeveloping. Okay, so my knight would want to get here. Okay, so my bishop doesn't really want to be there. I mean, I'm putting pressure here, but I don't know if it's such an inconvenience. My knight on f4 should be pretty good. I could look to exchange bishops. I don't know if I want to do that. It's there, though. A rook on this square, a knight on this square. It's the weakest square in Black's house, so... yeah, let's get here right now. I'm not in a spot to have my queen. Okay. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna take. And I guess, do I play a5 here? Make inroads in that way? I don't know. I think I have to eventually dislodge this bishop. Going for some sacrifice. All right. Let's scare this knight away for starters. Control the knight. f4 I should have gone for first. Let's get this break in here. Maybe I could target something on the queen side now with this break. Okay. Yeah, I think in order to make progress, I have to get in f4. Maybe they play f4. These light squares are weakened. Wait. This one's weak. They've weakened this. If they move it, I get h7. I'm winning a pawn. My king is secure. It's nice and cozy here. e4 is a possible check with the queen, but I have pieces guarding this. This is covered by my pawn. Good coordination here. I guess they were looking for this prep work, f4, evening out on the clock now. Tournament clock is at zeros. What do we got? I'm not sure what to suggest here. Okay, so they're giving up that pawn. And let's go for some liquidation. Now I have a passer here with the bishop pair and an outside passer. Well, just a passer. I like that it's on the edge. I'll initiate the exchange, improve my king. Oh, I should have stopped the knight move. Okay, let's go here first. Could target this pawn. Have to be aware of opposite color bishops. Don't want that to happen. Huh. Why am I giving away a pawn like that? I could undermine this knight. Okay. Giving up this pawn. What am I doing? Careful about the pre-moves. Hang on to that pawn now. Yay. This knight's so tricky. Okay. No, the wrong color bishop if I took. Let's hang on to that. Down to the wire. No good checks. Oh, it's mate in a couple. Promote with mate. Killer bees. Whew. They resigned. Back to tournament land. Yeah, as mentioned right at the start, can't really afford more than a loss. Had one in there, and yeah, tough to even get podium land. Finish with 28, 406 in there. And there's your page one. Let's look at the top 50. Who else was playing? What was my performance in that one? 10 games. Average opponent 21-16. That game. Still thinking about that game that I resigned. I was going to resign. Wow. All right, top 50. There we go. All right, let's put a good games all in there. As usual, feel free to leave any feedback to this video in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed it and maybe took a thing or two away. All right, that's all for now. Take care. Bye.